in transition. They do this drill in practice, and they do the drill in shoot-around of where they go straight up, straight down to jump, absorb the contact in the chest.
Another one of those invisible plays by Heidi. It doesn't necessarily show up in the stat box, but a play that gives the ball back to San Diego State. The Aztecs tied atop the Mountain West Conference at 12-2, 18-6 on the season. They've won their last 13 games in conference at home, and that ball trickles out of bounds. That'll be GCU ball. San
Diego State was trying to run zoom action on the right side, and Heidi is supposed to dribble hand it off to Bird, but for whatever reason, he did a laser pass and Bird wasn't ready. You could literally see Brian Dutcher on the sideline saying, hand the ball off, son.
Dutcher will always give you some terrific basketball advice. When we saw him at shoot-around, we just said, we don't have any questions. Just tell us what we need to know, and he gave us just gold for the next 10 minutes.
He's one of the great shoot-around coaches to talk with. He just loves the game.
Shot clock continues to expire. Demerol, their best post scorer, a couple of fakes.
Not in more of an at-large conversation is because they had that quadrant 3 loss, that overtime loss against Troy at home. But like you said, there's 3 more quadrant 1 opportunities left in the season. And then don't forget about the Mountain West tournament. It's a great thing about the Mountain West. Always going to be opportunities to boost your resume.
So you're saying there's great basketball coming in March?
You kidding me? Come on, man. What are we even talking about?
That last foul, by the way, on San Diego State was against Heidi, and another turnover for San Diego State, their second of the game already. Moore, the transfer from Norfolk State. Demerol, mid-range jumper, too strong, careens off the backboard.
There's a reason why Demerol was wide open at 16 feet. It's because San Diego State will give him that all day. That's not his shot.
Dixon Waters, sandwiched between 2 defenders. Brian Dutcher just says, let's get this game going here. So we'll keep an eye on that. Our spill watch is at 2 so far, Mike.
I need to get a graphic for that.
Davis with 4 points. Guap on the block. Guap traveled. His pivot foot dragged a little bit. So now 3 turnovers for San Diego State.
Owusu-Anane does a good job of establishing position here. Watch his hands. He just absorbs the bump briefly. Good job of holding your ground.
Here's the press. Guap has to pull up his shorts as he hustles down the floor. Williams looking to initiate the half-court offense. Dusty Stromer in the game, number 8 for GCU. The quick closeouts on the perimeter. Owusu-Anane trying to weave a pass, can't find it. Ball's on the floor, scooped up by Davis. Earl Compton in the game with the mask for San Diego State. To the corner, Bird all alone. Still can't find a 3. He struggled from outside over the last 2 games.
And against Grand Canyon, he was 0 for 6 from 3 on the road.
He was 0 for 2 with just 4 points total against Nevada in that victory last game. Williams trying to create a little bit of airspace. He's hit. The officials have let it be physical at the point of attack. It's been consistent.
On both ends, 100%.
I made sure to say that within earshot as well, too. Here's to Corfield up top. Davis. Compton on the block, working his way around. Evans goes right around him for 2.
Hard not to love Pharaoh Compton's game. Just a sophomore, that length and athleticism, it is elite.
He was the Aztecs' first top 100 recruit since 2005. Continues to deliver in his second year. But a quiet start for Williams. Back over to Moore. Moore sees 2, gets the handoff from Evans. Hides behind the screen and sticks the J.
Norfolk State transfer. Second team all Ivy League. Excuse me. Won the Lou Henson Award last season. Nation's top mid-major players.
Compton hit it.
Partly, in fact, that's just his style, number 1. And number 2, it's a very, very deep San Diego State team.
The injury to LZ Harrington, they're expecting him back hopefully next week. Reminder, BJ Davis would be the top scorer coming off the bench typically for San Diego State. He's now on the bench with 2 fouls. Henley over to Moore. He lines up the long 2, no good. Owusu-Anane swoops in for the rebound. Maybe a Houston. You don't see a lot of transfers in and out every year. We've called San Diego State games for the last 3 years combined. We see the same guys year after year.
It's really interesting how much both Kelvin Sampson and Brian Dutcher demand of their teams on the defensive end, yet very rarely do you have a lot of transfers. And apparently, this late in the game, do I have to say it, the bank is open.
The bank remains open. Turnover forced by the Lopes. Up ahead, Henley.
Oh!
Whoa! Oh! The hocus pocus behind his back and a throwdown. GCU.
Rim in your backyard to 8 feet. That is ridiculous behind the back slam. Wow.
Some of us didn't have to lower the rim.
I set myself.
Quad nearly swatted away by Owusu-Anane. The Lopes are the aggressor at the moment. They're flying around. Purveyors is everywhere. Oh, Miles Heide closes the lid. We've got dunks for days in VAS Arena. Then a monster block on the other end, recouped by GCU. Henley left all alone for three. Off the heel, ball batted around. It's down towards San Diego State. DeGorville rushing in traffic. Demerel scoops up the board. Henley stepping on the gas. Williams back to Henley. Henley knifing through the lane. Owusu-Anane to Henley. Flurry of fakes, bodies everywhere. Williams works it around the horn. Owusu-Anane, oh, nothing but net.
And that's the third made three for Grand Canyon. What a helter-skelter, 45 seconds?
We got action in San Diego, baby.
Man.
9-point lead for Grand Canyon. Complete polar opposite of their start a couple games ago at home against New Mexico. Newman fights his way. Block in the corner. He can hit that. No good. Heide keeps it alive. Newman dumps it off. Heide right over Demerol. Now can GCU break the press? Guath gets a hand on it. Right into the arms of Mike O'Donnell. Almost a good thing for Grand Canyon because that resets the 10-second count that they were nearing in the backcourt.
That's a great point by you because just the shot clock doesn't change, right? 24 seconds in the shot clock, but when it goes out of bounds, it resets.
Oh, Henley got behind the defense. The secondary was sleeping, and he gets the easy two.
How about the pass from Owusu-Anane? Smart, heady play.
Grand Canyon came to play on the road here. San Diego State has won 13 straight conference games here at VAS Arena. They trail by 8 with 8 minutes left in the first half. The Aztecs, one of the last 4 teams in the NCAA tournament according to CBS bracketology, could really use this win at home. Bird flips it up with the left. A couple of Aztecs flying in, no good. Evans scoops it up. Williams right behind Strummer. Oh, Bird!
Weston rebounds and 6th in steals. Just a perfect culture fit for Grand Canyon's system.
Mike, we've got to talk about San Diego State's half-court offense. They're shooting just 33%. How did they get some more clean looks like this?
That's a shot that you want taking if you're San Diego State. Guath can absolutely shoot that three.
The Aztecs now 0 for 5 from 3. They came into this game shooting 36%. That was 5th in the Mountain West. They have had a couple of clean looks. They're typically excellent from the corner 3 spot. Can't connect on it.
Well, let's watch, Jordan. The one thing that Grand Canyon is doing really well in this game is they are guarding all of San Diego State's away screens. The pin downs, the staggers that they love to run, they're guarding those to perfection so far.
Oh, that's blocked. Clean block by Magoon Guath.
He's one of the best shot blockers in the country.
Bird, he'll fire from outside, rattles home.
Oh boy. That's a kid that only needs to see one go down, and he can get 4 or 5 of those quick.
A much-needed 3 to quench the drought for Miles Bird. The loudest the arena's been here in the first half, trying to urge their Aztecs back into this game. Moore, crafty dribble, can't get it. Williams, a mighty rebound. He is thrown.
Stalemates. I mean, it's what they cause all the time.
Davis can't use the ball screen. Goes right into the double team. Owusu-Anane able to corral it. Tough shot there by Davis on the baseline. Williams into the paint, trying to muscle his way in, picks up conference tournament.
Yeah, right in the mix for that top 4 in the Mountain West. It has been a meteoric rise for Grand Canyon. I mean, it's an incredible athletics administration, and their basketball program has just continued to grow and grow and grow, and only going to get better.
First foul on Williams. As a player, you've been in games like this before where it begins physical, but then you notice the whistles are starting to tighten a little bit. How do you adjust?
You know, I would always talk to my guys, be like, look, set a good screen. I promise I will set my man up. If you give me a good screen, I'm going to set him up and find some rhythm.
Bird, difficult fadeaway, drops in. Bird now with 5 points, one of 3 Aztecs with 5 points. Davis and Heidi. That's the team high.
Grand Canyon's not scored in over 4 minutes. No field goal.
A turnover. Bird in transition. No look dime to Newman, who's able to beat the pressure. And a timeout called by Grand Canyon. Rice 0 field goals during that span. They led by as many as 8 early on. San Diego State has started to chisel away at this lead.
Yeah, have to get the ball in the paint, and I don't mean off a post-up. I mean off a dribble penetration. Easier said than done against one of the best on-ball defensive teams in the country.
Stromer, clean look from outside. It's short. Newman pulls it down. So the shooting woes continue. Simmons down low. Moves furniture and throws it down. 1-point ball game here in Viejas Arena. 6-0 run for San Diego State. Moore got a couple more seconds, able to get it into the front court. Everything feels rushed right now for GCU, Mike. Owusu-Anane, long 3, cans it, and a much-needed triple for the Lopes.
I mean, Grand Canyon is last in the Mountain West in three-point shooting in makes and percentage. They're 4 for 8 in this first half.
I was going to ask, how sustainable is that offense right there, where they're just whipping it around and shooting a long 3?
Well, they're not shooting and making lucky threes. They're all coming in rhythm.
DeGorville able to... Great games we had throughout the country. We're looking forward to breaking down the action. 2-point lead for GCU, 2:30 left here in the first half. Henley been quiet since his flurry midway through the first half.
They're trying to go high-low to Demerol, but the ball pressure's too good.
Henley, one-on-one, step-back jumper, no good. Demerol had his eyes on it, but it hits off the top of the backboard, and that'll be San Diego State ball. Both teams in the bonus as we head towards halftime. San Diego State, as a reminder, 13 straight wins at home against conference opponents. GCU won the matchup earlier this season by 1 point in Phoenix. Newman changes direction behind the ball. Screen fading away in the baseline. Simmons clears out bodies, pulls down a... Demerol is trying to get it to a teammate. Feathers a pass, a little dangerous. Moore behind the defense. And quickly recovered as San Diego State scrambles on defense. You get the sense this crowd smells blood in the water and a chance to take the lead here. Williams, the 3, no good. Rebound, and another physical play down low. Demerol can't handle it. Aztec ball. He's got more words for the official.
You know, Taj DeGorville and Tay Simmons for San Diego State have been really good on the interior, on both ends of the floor, providing some big-time minutes for the Aztecs.
San Diego State's last lead was when it was 2-0. Here comes that zone from GCU.
Yeah, and San Diego State worked on
They
this.
forgot about Simmons. Whoa! They blew the lid off the building. Turnover GCU. Aztecs sprinting down the floor. It's an excellent finish by DeGorville. It's an Aztec assault. Bird
No way.
on the floor.
Look at
Get
this.
the talent on it. He wants the orange.
Look at that.
If you don't love defense, you better.
And man, it appears that they're going to stay in the man. I'd love something for Bird here.
It's an 8-0 Aztec run. They'd love to add on to it right before halftime. 12 seconds left. Newman up top, pounding the rock. Action coming. Simmons will set the ball screen. Newman turning the corner up top to Goreville to close out the half. It's short. And that will do it. A thrilling first half. But for Grand Canyon, their offense cooled down considerably at the end of the first half. They'll have to find a way to get some easy looks. The Aztecs will begin the second half with the ball. Tay Simmons, the leading scorer off the bench with 6 points. But as always, it's a collective effort. 3 other players with 5. Bird shaking more. Tries to do the pocket pass to Hyde. He can't connect. That's a turnover. Henley up ahead. Henley patiently with the left-handed finish.
He is at his best when he's out in transition. Super efficient in the fast break.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're GCU. The Lopes led by as many as 8 in the first half. Davis down low, tries to worm his way up, can't get it. Demerel, another rebound. That's his 7th. Now Williams a little slow to get up for GCU as he trots down the court. Henley draws 2, steps through, nice find down low. Demerel able to trickle it in, and Grand Canyon has tied this game up.
How about the vision from Henley? The ball fake, the step through with his pivot foot. What a high IQ play.
Demerel, double watch for him. 7 points, 7 rebounds. Davis trying to turn the corner. Williams, great job getting in front of him. Bird tries to put Moore in jail. His long 3 is good. Almost stepped on the line.
You could just tell he's in a rhythm. On both ends of the floor, this is a Miles Bird type game.
It's an NBA shot. You get in the ISO situation right there, get the defender behind you, your footwork to step back and hit that triple.
Well, you said, he used the phrase, he put him in jail, but then he used the step back to create additional separation. My goodness.
Responds with a tough 2 of his own.
That was Moore snaking the ball screen. That's not an easy shot to make, that 10-footer, one-handed little push shot.
Moore with just 4 points. Bird curling, immediate find. Whoa! Odin tried to end the night. Demerel steps up and denies him.
What is happening tonight in San Diego?
What a defensive play from Demerel. It's so interesting. Start of the season, he was not a physical player. Bringing the lumber in the second half. Henley gets the friendly bounce on the road.
And that's the 5th made 3 for the Lopes. Nice little driving kick action.
How about the Lopes? They went scoreless without a field goal, actually, for 4.5 minutes at the end of the first half. They're 4 for 4 to start this second half. Davis, off balance, puts it up, no good. Henley, the rebound, wrestles it away between 2 defenders.
Ball screen action working for Grand Canyon right now.
Lopes in a flow at the moment.
They got another one.
Inside, that's going to be off. Henley with 14 points, 6 of 10. He had 17 in that win on January 21st against San Diego State. Owusu-Anane was trying to go for the quick high-low. Moore quickly drives. Shot clock winding down. Moore using the ball screen. Demerel, what a catch and finish. Wow, the mitts on Demerel.
It's almost impossible to make that catch at 7'1". Demerel did it. Oh, a steal.
Then Moore with the steal, trying to race ahead of 2 defenders. Fouled as he goes up.
In Diego State.
How about Grand Canyon responding with an 8-0 run of their own after San Diego State closed out the first half with an 8-0 run? Bird flips it up. Compton hit in midair by Owusu-Anane. And that will be his 2nd foul.
Good execution on the right side of the floor for the Aztecs. They ran zoom action, and Bird did a nice job getting downhill almost executed that lob perfectly.
You know what's great from our point of view? These are the two best defensive teams in the Mountain West, and you sense that intensity with how hard everyone just has to move to try and even get open. Newman, pop a shot is good for him.
Catches that off the dribble handoff and does a nice job curling into the paint.
Owusu-Anane does a little bit of everything. Had a chance to maybe attack the rim, instead retreats the dribble for a more conservative approach.
That's what happens when you have Magoo Guath chasing you down. That's one of the best shot blockers in the country.
Moore rises up between two. Demerel mistimes his jump. Aztecs looking to push it. Oh, Bird has it on the string. Tough shot, can't get it. Whips it ahead, does Henley. Demerel couldn't handle this. Took all the momentum back from San Diego State. The Aztecs claimed to close out the first half. Guath, mid-block, rises up over Owusu-Anane, no good.
I think you got to run more action for Bird. He just seems to have the best rhythm for San Diego State with this lineup.
Williams knifing his way to the cup. Oh, Demerel throws it down.
And Demerel has been an absolute beast on the interior.
Helps his double-double case that much more with the offensive rebound, put back, a foul on the floor against Owusu-Anane.
It's a pretty good bench, but it's not as deep as San Diego State's bench, one of the deepest in the country.
Third best scoring bench in the nation for the Aztecs. Davis, wild shot with the left, no good. Stromer, another loose ball he claims.
Stromer's got 4 rebounds tonight.
I think they've all happened in the last 2 minutes also. Stromer wants to join the fun, little 13 straight conference games at home.
This is how they played against San Diego State at home. Almost a carbon copy from an effort, execution, and three-point shooting standpoint.
Williams trying to cook against Simmons. Owusu-Anane is 3, no good. Somehow Evans comes up with it, goes up with the left, flips it in.
How did he bring that down, Jordan? Wow.
Dennis Evans, who's only had 11 total minutes in the last 3 games. A key bucket. Dixon Waters still struggling from the field. Simmons, another board.
That's his shot, though. The little 2-foot fadeaway.
Nice cut by Dixon Waters. This time elevates. He's going to go to the free throw line.
2 of the best isolation scorers in college basketball. And I don't mean that as just saying that because I'm watching film, but analytically, Dixon Waters is 10th, and B.J. Davis is 25th. According to Synergy Sports, in terms of ISO scoring efficiency.
GCU now for about the last 9 minutes has taken it to San Diego State here in the second half. Williams looked it up. Whoa!
Mercy.
Evans scraping the ceiling, catches the lob
on his head.
I have seen a season's worth of dunks in this game, I feel like. Orville. Pocket pass to Simmons. Simmons tied up in a forest of GCU. Tale of 2 halves here, essentially, where Grand Canyon couldn't hit a shot to close out the first half. They're now 5 for their last 7. San Diego State just 2 for their last 10. DeGorville will scoop it to the cup. Back-to-back buckets for the Aztecs.
Very smooth downhill glide from DeGorville. No help on that from Grand Canyon.
And Mike, you notice Evans turned it over last time. It's Owusu-Anane back in the game with those 4 fouls to help break the press. Henley with 17, dumps it off to Williams. Bird defending with that long wingspan. 5 to shoot. Williams over to Moore. The jab step. Moore has to put it up. Picks up the foul as he is.
If I was San Diego State, I would be hunting and trying to attack Owusu-Anane. See if you can get that 5th foul.
We've seen GCU switch it a couple of times. It's Bird trying to beat Moore backdoor. curling is Dixon Waters. He was open for a moment. Newman turning the corner, draws two. Bird in the corner has to hoist it up. Oh, it's pure.
He didn't even bring that down. He caught it at his chest, shot it from his chest. I tried to tell you, you got to run action for Miles Bird.
7-point lead for GCU. Williams trying to climb the summit. No good. The Aztecs want to run. DeGorville stepping on the gas. Dixon Waters almost traveled, lost the ball. He's tied up.
You know you're in the rhythm when you're making shots like that.
Bird with 14, 5 of 7 from the field. He had back-to-back games where he scored just 4 points in each game. Moore, the hesitation, quick crossover. GCU still stuck on the perimeter. Henley has the size advantage over Newman. Newman walls him off. Excellent on-ball defense by Newman. Rebound claim by Compton. DeGorville thought about the three. Newman, the drive. Owusu-Anane's got to be careful. No whistle. Great wall up.
Great wall up. Too much by Sean Newman. That acrobatic shot just does not work against the height of Grand Canyon.
Pointed out, according to Ken Palm, the 15th tallest roster in college basketball for GCU. Shot clock at 5 now. Williams trying to step by Bird, picks up the foul. Dixon Waters.
Here comes Bird.
Catch over to Bird. Stromer all over him. Bird, some separation. Baseline jumper, banks it home.
Come on.
Lead is back to 7 for GCU. Feels like for GCU, as long as Owusu-Anane is on the floor, they've got the pieces they need to play their best ball. To the corner, Owusu-Anane. Pocket pass, Demerara blocked by Bird. Send it out of here. Simmons fouled in the open floor. Still plenty of time here. San Diego State 11-1 when Bird has 10+ points. He's got 16. Grand Canyon 8-1 when they hold opponents to under 65 points. Dixon Waters lost it. He has struggled on some of the catches this evening. And Henley is slow to get up. He took a shot to the thigh. Appears to be okay though, but he's got an extra thick pad on the outside of the shorts there. Henley, the drive goes right by Dixon Waters, and a foul on Dick. Fouls. Both free throws good, clutch free throws to make it a 3-possession lead right now for Grand Canyon.
Nice cut.
Saved into the hands for GCU. Williams down the floor, out to Moore. Henley will reset the offense. Henley in the paint, dumps it off. Moore on the baseline. Patient up top to Williams. Williams up and under, finds the glass, gets the angle.
Wow. I'm pretty sure that was 3 paint touches off the bounce from Grand Canyon.
The lead is back to 9, just over 2.5 minutes left. 13-game winning streak against conference opponents here at home for San Diego State in jeopardy. Bird, long 3, no good, gets his own miss, dumps it off. Guap finishes.
Good things happen when Miles Bird has the basketball. Keep feeding the bird.
For GCU, you don't mind using all the shot clock now in this situation.
Yeah, but they're trying to trap the ball right now.
GCU in their first year in the Mountain West Conference, looking to sweep San Diego State. Henley bothered at the peak. It was Bird that got a hand on it. What a find by Dixon Waters. Bird switching hands, nearly got the and one. That's a foul.
It's possible for GCU to cross the half-court line.
Both teams each with 2 timeouts. And the bonus possession arrow favors San Diego State. quick patty cake back and forth. GCU swiftly breaks the press.
Oh, bad place to throw it.
Moore stuck on the baseline. Demeril caught down low. They were trying to maybe foul him. Williams on the perimeter. Shot clock at 14. 90 seconds left in this game.
Yeah, San Diego State wants to play this possession out. They don't want to foul.
Williams turns the corner on Goff. Blocked by Goff. Demeril right there for the putback. Huge offensive rebound. Dixon Waters transition three. No good. Williams the rebound.
Where's the press?
7-point lead for GCU. Bird looking in for the steal. He'll be whistling for Grand Canyon. And it gives Demeril a double-double. The lead is now 7. And there are fans inside Viejas Arena heading for the exits early with 1:07 left. This San Diego State team that has just been so dominant at home underneath head coach Brian Dutcher. 67 seconds away from having their 13-game conference home winning streak snapped.
How about Owusu-Anane? He's been playing multiple minutes in the second half with those 4 fouls, and they haven't been able to force that 5th foul on him. And Bird's got to hunt for threes here.
He's been one of the biggest keys for breaking the press. Bird turning the corner, up with the right, no good. DeGorville can't get it, poked out of bounds. Watts saves it. Bird passes it over to Davis. Stolen in the open floor. Henley running ahead. Henley, he takes a hard foul. And making them hustle. He has stayed in his own gear throughout the entire night. GCU will inbound. It's Moore up top. Henley on the exchange. San Diego State choosing not to foul at the moment. Looking for the trap. Williams splits 2, and that's stolen by DeGorville. Dixon Waters for 3, no good. Guath, offensive rebound dunk. And a timeout call by Brian Dutcher with 30.1 remaining. We'll stick around. San Diego State trails by 9. 38 points in 2 games against one of the best defenses in the country. Moore nearly turned it over. Williams on the baseline, coughs it up. 18.5 left. Aztecs will have to strike very quickly here. DeGorville rushing down the floor. DeGorville right into the body of Owusu-Anane, can't get it, and a foul on Guath as he's coming in for the offensive rebound. And that